I took this picture when I was hiking with my son this morning. We did a really short hike to get out in the fresh air because he's sick. And when I took it, I told him, I think this is my favorite picture of us. We just look so happy and real. And then I got home and I zoomed in on the picture and I started freaking out. And my brain started telling me that I looked like I've gained so much weight in my face. And so that's prompting me to make this video. The one thing I wanted to talk to you guys today about was weight gain. I like to think about my eating disorder as a part of my brain and then like my real part of the brain. Kim brain versus eating disorder brain. And something the eating disorder will always tell me, and like a big thought that prompted my eating disorder 15 years ago, was that if I lose weight, everything in my life will be better. It's like the eating disorder keeps showing me this pro and con list. And it says that the con right now is that I'm overweight. And as a result, all of this other stuff is happening and I'm not as happy in my life, and it's because of my weight. And if I could only lose weight, then everything in my life would get better. And so I fall for it. I do whatever I can to lose weight, and I think that by losing weight, I'm going to be happier, my job will be better, I'll have more friends, I'll be more loving, I'll love myself more, I'll enjoy my life more. Like all of this stuff is just going to be so much better if only I can lose weight. The thing is, when I lose weight, that's when the real pro and con list kicks in. Because the pro is I have lost weight. I've achieved this like thin ideal that not many people can achieve. But as a result, all I can think about is food. I hate myself because of the way I'm treating myself. I can't connect to other people because I'm so obsessed with food. I have no energy because I'm not eating enough and I'm treating myself like crap. Like life sucks. I'm always tired. I can't focus or show up to my job. I can't be in meaningful relationships because the biggest relationship I'm in is with my eating disorder, and there's no room for anyone else in my life. So really that's the pro and con list. But the eating disorder keeps telling me, well, you're just not skinny enough, so just keep losing weight. So like there's another thing that's just so messed up is even being skinny, like it's never skinny enough. It's always you need to be skinnier and then all the good stuff will be happening. And I've gone through this multiple times because I've gained a lot of weight through both of my pregnancies and when I was younger. And so like this last relapse I had was after I had my baby, and it was like, okay, your life is good, but you know what would make it better? This is Ed talking, is if you lose weight. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'll lose weight in a healthy way. But someone with an eating disorder, in my opinion, I don't think I can ever consciously try to control the shape of my body, or that just sends me to relapse. At least that's my current opinion now. That's exactly what I tried to do. I tried to eat healthier, I tried to work out more, but it just spiraled my eating disorder right back into the depths of hell. Dun, dun, dun. And I got to this place where I was really fit, I was really skinny, I really liked the way my body looked, but I was miserable, and I could just see the cycle that I've been in for 15 years, and here I am again in like the bottom of hell, just like burning alive with the pain of the eating disorder. And all of that shit is still happening. I can't be clear, I can't be present, I can't be loving, I can't show up for my family, I'm always tired, all of that stuff. I hate myself. So 60 days I committed to like real full recovery, no restrictions, none of that shit I kept trying to do. In the past 8 years I've been really trying to recover, and the way I try to recover is if I could only control things more. If I can control my food more, if I can control not purging more, if I can control exercising more, if I can control hating myself more, if I can just control more, then I'll be able to recover. But the thing is, controlling is part of my eating disorder. So controlling cannot be the solution to ending my eating disorder. Letting go is the solution to ending my eating disorder. So I let go. I let go of all of that control. I eat without restrictions. I eat however much I want, whatever I want. And you guys, I feel so free. Like, I don't think about food all the time and like what I can eat and what will help me lose weight. Like I think about what food I want to eat. Like I want a brownie. I want pad thai. I want a BLT, like, and it's delicious and I enjoy it and I can connect with my family and I feel so present and I feel so grounded and I have so much more energy and I can like be a part of a relationship in a really meaningful way that doesn't drain me. And oh my goodness, you guys, TMI, but sex has fucking completely changed. Completely changed. And it's like I have now, my list is like so many pros. All of those things are pros. Like, life is so good. I'm so happy. I can go look at the flowers and like really see the flowers. I'm not looking at the flowers with 10% of my awareness and the other 90% is on my eating disorder. Like, it's just been so good. However, I have this awesome list of pros, and now the con in my eating disorder's mind is, well, now I've gained weight. And you know what would make life even better is if I lost weight. And I just have to like shake my head and be like, this is not true. Kim, you have ED in your brain and you can't trust what it says. You can't trust what your eyes see. You can't trust what your mind thinks, because it tells you lies. And so yes, my body's gotten bigger, but it probably hasn't gotten as big as my eating disorder is telling me. So I wanted to make this video about a few things I'm trying to do to deal with my weight gain. So one is recognizing that I have my eating disorder in my brain and I cannot trust what it says. The other is focusing on all of the good things in my life, because like really it's so good right now. For the past, 8 years, I've lived in this 1 foot in, 1 foot out hell of recovery that's been miserable. Although I have good things happening in my life, I couldn't really enjoy them because I was always secretly trying to recover and also secretly trying to binge and purge, and not a good combination. I also try not to look in the mirror. I have completely stopped weighing myself. If I try clothes on and they don't fit, I try to take them off as quickly as possible and put on clothes that do fit. I'm trying to like feel my body and feel the moment and just feel like what it feels like to be alive and how good that feels compared to like trying to make my body be different than it is. Like if I can feel into like the aliveness and vitality in my body, that feels really good. I'm talking to friends. Let's see, what else? Talking to some of my friends who have recovered and are further down the path, and they can tell me, yeah, you're gaining weight, but that's okay. You're gaining your life back. That's something I tell myself a lot. You're gaining your life back. Something else I like to think is that my recovery isn't just for me. For a while, I thought my eating disorder only hurt me, but that's not true. It hurt my parents, and now that I'm married, like it hurts my husband, it hurts my kids, so much, hurts my friends, my job. Like it hurts more than just me. And when I recover, I'm recovering for more than just me. I'm recovering for all those people in their life so that they can have a relationship with Kim and not my eating disorder. And also, when I'm buying into the society's bullshit of like thin is beautiful and do whatever you need to your body so you can get it to be that ideal shape, then people see my body at the ideal shape and they're like, wow, she can do it, I can do it too. And then they might resort to eating disorders. That's what I did. I saw people with the ideal shape and thought, I want to do that, and I will do anything I need to accomplish that shape. And that's just fueling this eating disorder culture, because we're being told that we should look like this unrealistic image, that within all of our diverse forms, we should make ourselves look like this one shape. But when I recover, I'm helping not buy into that. And maybe people will see me living life and being happy and shining joy out of my eyes and think, wow, look at her. She's not like a stick figure like you see in a magazine, but she looks happy. And I can even talk to people and be like, yeah, I lived in that hell for 15 years and now I'm not in it and it's so much better. And you don't need to live that way anymore either, right? So that's huge. The other one that is just like so big for me is my kids. I don't know the percentage. I'd be really interested to find out. If you know, share it with me. But what the percentage is of a kid developing an eating disorder whose mom had an eating disorder. My mom had an eating disorder. So many of my friends who have eating disorders, their mom had eating disorders. So when I choose to stay in my eating disorder, I'm like playing Russian roulette with my kids' mental health. And there is nothing in the world I want less for them than to have an eating disorder and to not love themselves and to feel the way I feel about my body sometimes. And so if I want that for them, what should I do? I should keep engaging in my eating disorder. I should keep feeding these negative thoughts in my head and listening to Ed when he tells me, if you lose weight, things will be happier. Because then my kids will listen, that if you lose weight, you'll be happier. But that's bullshit. And so the way I can help my kids not have an eating disorder is by healing my brain and getting the my eating disorder out of my brain. And so the eating disorder is not in this house where they're growing up. I have a little 2-year-old and a little 4-year-old. And so that gives me so much motivation. It's interesting though, because when I was really in my eating disorder, I could think about my kids. I'd even look at pictures of like people who had died from bulimia, and I'd think about my kids walking in on me, and it would make me sad, but it wouldn't make me stop. And it's because I was still so sick and I was restricting so much that my brain couldn't do anything else but binge. And I had that cycle so programmed that it was like this broken loop that I just couldn't get out of. So having no restrictions, eating enough food, getting weight restored, getting my period back, now I can think about my kids and feel that sadness and let that sadness motivate me to make healthier choices. Me feeling fat isn't just a feeling I can have now and act on it. When I feel fat now, I can acknowledge it and say, this is what's happening. It's happening for some like real reasons. You are gaining weight, but you're gaining back so much other stuff too. And today I choose to hold on to all of this stuff, even if it means continuing to gain weight, rather than choosing to throw all of this stuff away, losing weight, and having that weight never be enough, me being unhappy, me feeding into eating disorders, like letting that multiply within society, and teaching this awful way of living to my kids. If you have any tips for how you deal with weight gain, I would love to hear them. Thanks so much for watching. I have been having a little bit harder of a time these past 2 days, and it's just so interesting because I'm having a terrific time. It's been like 62 days. I haven't engaged in any behaviors, and I'm feeling so much of my life come back, and it's freaking beautiful. But the last 2 days, that Ed voice I can hear so loud. But the big difference is I can hear it and I don't need to act on it. Have a great day.